Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you're all doing really well. Today we've got something rather special to share with you, and we've done a few reviews similar to this in the past. This is a die-cast Jeep Wrangler, but this one is 1/64th scale, which is teeny weeny, and this is an unofficial Jurassic Park tie-in. Ooh, careful. Yeah, well, there's no Jurassic Park logos on it. But if you look at this 1993 Jeep Wrangler, you can quite obviously see that that is a Jurassic Park Jeep. And yeah, this is made by Greenlight Collectibles. They are still available online. They've done a whole line of 1/64th Jeep Wranglers. And they obviously decided to make one as a little tribute to the Jurassic Park paint scheme. So today we're going to get this one out of the packaging and take a closer look. Now for today's unboxing, we will be requiring some heavy duty tools. First of all, we're going to need a mug of tea. This one's in the Kylo Ren Star Wars mug. Oh, there we go. We're also going to need a tape measure to do some measuring up later on, just to show you how big this Jeep Wrangler actually is. And also we're going to need my trusty blue box, which if you didn't know, contains, I'll just break him out, my little craft knife. He's today sporting the rounded tipped knife. Remember kids, if you're using a craft knife, do get adult supervision because we don't want you hurting yourselves. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm all teed up and ready to do some brandishing with this craft knife to try and get this thing open on camera. Let's have a look. So here's a little look at the packaging inside. Jeep Greenlight Collectibles. Contains one die-cast car. Jeep pioneering the wilderness. Very nice indeed. Now this is one that you might want to keep in the packaging. Obviously it's too late for me, but it looks quite nice in the blister pack. And if you're like me and you've got the Jada Toys die-cast Jeep Wrangler, you might want to keep this one in the packaging because I've got them in 2 scales already. So I'm going to have a sort of a Russian doll thing going on with my die-cast Jeep Wranglers. I'm going to have them in a range of sizes on my display. Anyway, let's put away that knife. Let's put that somewhere safe. There we go. And here is the Jeep Wrangler out of the packaging. This thing is minute. So I know what you're all saying. You're all saying, Jurassic Collectibles, get your fat fingers out of the way. We want to see that beautiful die-cast Jeep. Well, I'm going to do my best to hold my fingers out of the way so you can see this thing in all of its beautiful, minute glory. So 1/64th, I hope you can see, is very small indeed. If I bring in my thumb, you can see my thumb just about fills the bonnet there. So that should give you some idea how big this thing is, and we will be doing size comparisons too. You can see very nice detail on the front there. They've got the nice, accurately coloured Jurassic Park Jeep number plate. So you could modify that very easily with a little bit of paint or maybe some decals. Very nice accurate grille with the winch cable. Don't know if you can see that. Obviously it's not a working winch cable at this size. It would only be suitable for maybe small mice. I'm sure they don't need a winch cable to get out of any muddy ravines or anything like that. The windscreen here is made of a clear plastic. It's actually been painted around the outside with some sort of enamel paint, and you can see very nicely detailed windscreen wipers too. It does have an accurate plastic roll cage. I'll just see if the doors open. No, they do not. And neither does the bonnet. The bonnet does not open up, despite the fact that it has a very nice seam line going around the outside. So the detail is there and it does hold up, but it does not function with working doors. I'll just try again. No. But I wouldn't expect that at this scale. The tyres, interestingly, very nice accurate hubcaps, but they're actually made of a hard rubber. Very, very nice. And they're even detailed with tread marks. Look at that. Very nice detailing underneath, die cast into the body of the car. Just love those treads and those tyres. Now I believe on the Jada Toys die cast Jeep, which we have reviewed on the channel, put links to both of those versions down below. I believe we've reviewed the 1/48 scale and the 1/24 scale. And we'll be doing size comparisons with this one in just a moment. I believe their tyres might be plastic and not rubber, but we'll double check in a minute. Got a lovely spare tyre on the back there with the correct hubcap. You can see again we've got the lovely Jurassic Park styled number plate. And there is no sign of a Jurassic Park logo anywhere on this, so really it is just a red and grey striped 1993 Jeep Wrangler that just happens to look like the Jurassic Park Jeep. So yep, customizers and members of the Jurassic Park motor pool, I'm sure you're going to love owning one of these, maybe adding to your collection. Inside you can see we've got nice blue seats. Now I think in the film they might have been blackish grey with some tan covers on them. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. You know the Jeep Wranglers better than I do. And you can see we've got a nice steering wheel and dashboard detailing going on. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just inside. Very nice sculpt inside. Overall, this holds up really nicely as a very accurate model of the Jurassic Park Jeep. And yeah, I'm chuffed to bits to own it. It's a nice weighty piece because obviously it's die cast and there's some really lovely detailing going on. Look at this little grille here at the top, and it's even got the little arrow for opening the bonnet. I assume it's an arrow, but I've always seen that little detail on the side. Little handle on the side there, just very, very nice. You keep noticing details the more you look at it. So it is a very pleasant piece in the hand. So just how big is this thing? Might have to bring out the microscope for this one. Look at this. So it's about 6.5 centimeters long, which is about 2.5, maybe 2 3/4 inches. So this thing is tiny weeny. To give you some sense of the scale, here is the Greenlight 1/64 scale Jeep on top of the 1/48 scale Jada Toys Jeep on top of the 1/24 Jada Toys diecast Jeep. As you can see, we've got the Russian doll thing going on. So when you've got all three, you can create a Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler mountain. Look at that. Fantastic. And it's worth noting that actually the 1/48 scale Jeep from Jada Toys does have rubber wheels, but the bigger one does not. The bigger one has plastic wheels. And here they are all lined up next to each other. Maybe if you're doing some sort of forced perspective where you want to make these cars look like they're in the distance when really they're not, then maybe these are the cars you want to invest in to give your scene a sense of scale. And here's another angle of these three. To be honest, I can't get enough of photographing these three next to each other. They just look cracking. And speaking of scale, if I bring in the massive Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex, the scale comparison, let's bring in the Papo Brachiosaurus. Now I have to admit, I was put onto this car by Paul Elder of Paul Elder Design, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this with you. This is the Papo Brachiosaurus next to the 1/64 scale Jeep Wrangler, and it just makes the Brachiosaurus look massive and looks really good on the shelf. And this was his idea, so I can't take credit for this, but I wanted to share the idea with you. Thank you, Paul, for putting me onto this wonderful little miniature Jeep. Next, let's put the Jeep next to the classic Papo Brown Rex. As you can see, it makes the T-Rex look massive. You know, this isn't in scale, but in some ways that's cool because the Papo T-Rex is a bit smaller in terms of its body. If I bring in the Jada Toys 1/48 scale, you can see that Jeep just looks a little bit too big. But if I bring this Greenlight Jeep back in, oh yeah, it looks pretty cool, although it's a little bit small. And lastly, let's bring in our good old friend, It's Off Color Alan, who can just about stand up. He's still got enough friction in his hips to keep him standing. And as you can see, it kind of looks like Alan's remote control car, or maybe oversized roller skates. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the 1/64 scale die-cast Greenlight Collectibles 1993 Jeep. This is a limited edition. It can still be found online, 1/64 scale, and it's just a beautiful little die-cast model of the Jeep Wrangler that we all know and love. And I know this will probably excite a few members of the Jurassic Park motor pool. Something for your dashboard perhaps, or just to add to your general Jeep Wrangler collection. A very nice little piece, very nicely detailed, and I'd be interested to know in the comments down below how accurate this is compared to the Jada Toys diecast Jeeps, because I have a feeling this one's pretty accurate. If you haven't already, make sure you enter our Chronicle Collectibles Stegosaurus giveaway. We're giving away a huge Stan Winston maquette that's been lovingly painted by Chronicle Collectibles. Giveaway is on the main page. In the meantime, guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.